I will talk about self-disclosure and who goes first, or the idea of reciprocity. Well, reciprocity is a crucial element in self-disclosure, but whose job is it to disclose first? Even though the more we disclose, the more control we have over how we are seen, we have to consider how much more difficult it is when issues of status or perceived status are in play. Now, status might be a level in the organization, a degree of past achievement, or even education. Unfortunately, gender, ethnicity, your socioeconomic background also creates distinctions in status. Now, expecting someone who is already feeling one down, okay, to initiate self-disclosure is a lot to ask. Don't expect, in effect, that that person would be comfortable in disclosing first. It's only logical that such disclosures come with a uh, highly or relatively high feeling of risk, because they're already one down, they're disclosing themselves more, they're making themselves more vulnerable, and they know that they can't really demand, quote unquote, the other person to follow suit because of the disparity of the relationship. Okay? And this is often true in cases where in organizations are, for example, male dominated, and a female would perhaps would want to disclose something. Yet higher status people are often unaware that their role makes it hard for people to disclose to them. Sometimes those in authority, for example, they think that just because they're in authority, they're entitled, that the other people underneath them would have to take the initiative and speak up. We hear this. Bosses frequently say to their direct reports, "I expect you to speak up." But sometimes, we dictate the tone. Okay, if we are in a higher status than the other person, then sometimes we dictate the tone so that they can follow suit. We create that environment where it can be psychologically safe for these people to actually disclose. Okay. Now, in any case, the real question right now, as we're trying to understand the issue of reciprocity and who goes first, well, the ultimate question, aside from who goes first, is, do you really want to know the other person fully? And I think that's a key discussion. That's a key thing that you want to keep in mind. Yeah, we're trying our best to create a situation where the other person will disclose, but do you really want to know the other person fully? Now, we're making a presumption that people want to get to know the others more deeply. Okay, maybe you're a little bit shaky about it. You're not sure. You're on the fence, 50-50. Do you really want to hear everything about the other person? Do you really want to hear all of the baggage, the traumas, perhaps? Okay. The awkward situations, the difficult circumstances? Do you really want to hear all of that? Okay. Is it a definition of an exceptional relationship that you have to be always available? Okay. So maybe that's something that you really want to ask yourself first. We spend a lot of time really trying to understand self-disclosure and creating situations for others to disclose. But maybe if you think about it, we have to understand what's our expectation from the relationship as well. What are we going to get from this relationship? What am I expecting from you? Okay. And while reaching out and responding to the other's needs is an essential part in building a stronger relationship, we also need to know how to set boundaries. And this is crucial. Different boundaries might be needed at different points in a developing relationship. Okay. Even a long established relationship, the boundaries can also shift. Okay. You have to continuously identify, surface, and successfully resolve these boundary concerns as they arise. Well, the thing there is that it's not going to be always easy. But the important thing is that we understand, okay, where the relationship really is, and for as long as we're clear that of what we want from the relationship, then everything that we've said about self-disclosure and making the other person feel comfortable to disclose themselves would actually be fruitful in the long run.